welcome back to another episode of NFT Artist Spotlight, hosted by AstroZero. Please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Thanks.
All right, so tonight on Spaces, we have a really awesome project. They're doing a metaverse, NFT project, a few other things in store that we'll talk about later on. It's the Refind Apes block party. Thanks for coming, talking to us, guys. How's it going tonight or this morning, where you guys are?
Oh, it's going very well here. We're doing around the clock work anyway, so staying here is perfectly fine. It's part of the job. Yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit about your background and how you got into NFTs and a little bit about your project and what you have in store for us?
Well, I'm not much into NFTs myself, except from our own project here. But the creator of this, he is very much into NFTs. But the main thing with this is that he just pays attention to everything happening out there and want to improve it, make it better, whatever it is. And this is just an example for that.
So you guys sold out on your pre-sale, right?
Yeah, we did. And now we're going to have a public sale on December 14th, where we're also going to reveal all the apes.
Congratulations on that. That's really awesome that you got through the pre-sale without any hangups. What's the total amount of NFTs that you guys are going to be releasing for the? How did you decide on that number?
Well, we have 8,888. All of them is going to live in the metaverse. We sold out the pre-sale, and now we're aiming to sell out the rest of the apes on the public sale. We're going to do extensive marketing now this week and next week to let people get to know our project. Once they see what we have in this metaverse, it's sick. It's the best looking metaverse you have out there.
Yeah.
And you have just after the reveal and the public sale, we're going to have the first, as far as we know, summit on online in the metaverse, inside the metaverse, in our conference center there. So we're looking forward for that. It's really a live broadcast.
So tell me a little bit about the summit. What's going to go on during the summit? Are you going to have other projects in there talking to you that are going to be a part of your metaverse with you? Or is it going to be announcements of what's going to be going on within your metaverse? How's that going to work?
Yeah, we're going to have other projects talking about their project, and we're going to invite different people actually from the whole space to and our partners. We expect them to be there and have their talks about their things, and we're going to have an MC there that will lead the whole thing. So as far as I remember, we're going to have a 12-hour session in there.
Have you announced any of the guests that are going to be there?
No, not yet.
Okay.
No, because we want to focus more on what we're doing now. Our developments have gone pretty fast lately, so I think for the community's greater good, we focus on what's next instead of keep jumping to other things. I just wanted to mention the summit and all when we were talking about the metaverse here. So we will announce who is going to be there around the public sale, I guess.
Okay, cool. What are some features that a holder would have inside your metaverse that they could interact with?
Well, that's a number of things. On phase one, it will be play to earn games, football games, and it will be another game that we're developing now. I'm not going to say so much about that because we haven't released anything about that yet. And but it's a fun game. You can buy land, you can buy the airport or the police station. You can buy land, build your own football stadium there, because we're going to have, you can buy NFTs on a closed sea to mint them to have your own football team. Yeah, stuff like that you can do in there.
So let's talk a little bit about closed C. Can you tell everybody here what you're closed C?
Yeah, we're creating a multi-chain marketplace. We have launched it now on BSC first. I think we are pretty good on that one now. And next one out is Ethereum. And after that, we will just continue adding other chains like Matic, Solana. Yeah. And we're signing partnerships. And we're still in talks with other potential partnerships. So we're going to have projects can be launched on our marketplace. And the difference between us and some of the others is that we also have a token connected to the marketplace, C token. And when you hold a certain amount of C tokens, you can mint for free. Well,
Okay.
our fee will be gone. The gas fees will always be there, but we don't charge any fees when you hold the amount of C token.
So is the gas fees, it's all dependent upon what the person decides to mint on, if they want to mint on whether it's BSC or later on Polygon or Solana, or if they want to mint on ETH. How's it going to work with your gas fees?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not the best one to answer that one. Guys, any help?
Yeah, right. Yeah, so sorry, I just want to make sure that I understand the question. Did you say the gas fees? And I mean, like Jonas just mentioned, when you hold a certain amount of C token, which is pretty much the governance and the utility token within the marketplace, the minimum amount of C tokens that we allow you to transact for free or feeless is about 500 C tokens. And obviously, like John has just mentioned, things like network gas fees, Ethereum gas fees, obviously it's something that's outside our control. But we do not charge any fees for any token holders of our native token within the marketplace. But like you're saying, if you decide to mint on Polygon or Matic or Solana, you pretty much have to pay the gas fees associated with those chains.
Yeah, the gas on those is very minimal, though. That's
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But what I was saying, if somebody decides that they want to receive payment in, let's say, Ethereum, would they still have to pay the gas fees on the ETH network?
Right. So everything that's happening outside the marketplace itself, like on chains like ETH and Polygon and stuff, it's definitely outside our control. So the gas fees associated with them transacting on those chains is definitely something that will be managed by the network. Yeah.
Okay. What type of benefits are holders going to receive once they mint one of their Refined Apes?
Right. So we talked quite a bit. I think John mentioned some of the utility within the metaverse itself, like for our summit, Metaverse 2021, which we feel is very cutting edge and groundbreaking in so many ways, in the sense that we actually running the summit in the metaverse. So we're giving you a real life experience of a conference, like in virtual reality and augmented reality. where you actually feel like you are within a conference room, and also you have a 3D view, 360 three-dimensional view of whoever is actually sat next to you. So we take you remotely from wherever you are set in the world, and then we place you in the conference room in the metaverse. So that experience only is exclusive to Refined Apes NFT holders. And then we're going to have guest passes that are pretty much going to be tickets that you can mint on the day of the summit. So let's say, for example, you don't hold any Refined Apes, and NFTs, and you just want to have a guest appearance on the summit, we will give you that ability to mint a ticket. That will pretty much be more like a giveaway. Very, very low in price, but you won't have that experience that a Refined Apes NFT holder would have. The 3D dimension, the telepresence that you experience within the summit. Yeah. So that's just one aspect of it, and we have pretty much quite a few other utilities within the metaverse itself. We have land sales that are only exclusive prime locations that we're going to be giving to Refined Apes NFT holders. You have John spoke about the ability to buy prime land for you to either build a stadium or an airport and different things like that. That's only exclusive to our NFT holders. We've also got gaming. That is, there's going to be quite a lot of gaming that's going to be happening within our metaverse itself, where you can actually earn while you play the games that we're going to be releasing in the next few weeks. So, yeah, and pretty much once you acquire prime location, we have building blocks that we're going to make available to every Refined App NFT holders to build whatever property that they want to build. So say, for example, you want to build a house with a swimming pool and all those kind of things. These are assets that are made available within the metaverse, where you just pretty much pull each and every block, which is also going to be like part of an NFT that allows you to build a property within the prime location you will allocate you as an Refined Apps NFT holder. So there's quite a lot, yeah, that we're actually, it's kind of keeps evolving on a daily basis, yeah.
How long have you guys been working on this project? It seems pretty involved.
Yeah, we've been running the NFT project since July. So that gives you about almost five months to December, if you want to look at it from that. But all our projects have been running. Some of the stuff that we've been doing has been since 2017, because we've been in this space for that long. But obviously, with the metaverse and NFTs kind of taking shape only a couple of months ago, we have decided to concentrate on that aspect of the space, the crypto space, if you like. Yeah.
Are you guys building your own metaverse platform, or are you using something like Sandbox or Decentraland?
No, we're building our own platform. In fact, we use Sandbox as a reference for those that may want to understand what sort of platform we're building. So Sandbox is kind of a good reference if you like to, if you want to think about the way we're looking at our metaverse. We're going to be doing stuff that is even quite cutting edge and groundbreaking, in the sense that we're going to allow you to do something that we call interverse access, where different types of metaverses can actually interact with our metaverse using something that we call there is an interverse airport within our metaverse that allows actually assets within the metaverse to be able to interact with other metaverses, if you like. So our Refined Apps, the NFT that represents, you actually become a citizen within the metaverse once you own that Refined app, and we will allow you to do an interverse if you want to maybe roam to another metaverse, like Sandbox and all that kind of stuff, you'd have that capability to interact, and vice versa.
How does a person go about acquiring a piece of land within your metaverse? Do they have to? Is there like auctions for the plots of land, or do they buy a separate minting in order to build something if they want?
Right. So we have an auction that's currently running as part of our public sale for next week, which is the 14th of December when we run our public sales. Those 200 plots that we're putting on auction as part of the those that will take part in the public sale. So we've only made 200 plots available for that. Yeah, so it's more initially because we are building this in different phases. So there's going to be phase one where we are actually releasing 200 plots in a location that we refer to as the prime location within the metaverse. Then there's going to be phase two and phase three where we'll release more land. Yeah.
Do you have a set auction price? What the plots of land are going to start at?
Well, we're still working out the pricing. I think the team, obviously, our developers and the team that's responsible for that are working that out. But it should be out before the public sale, definitely sometime next week. Yeah. Before next week.
How big is the team that you have working on this project? How many people do you have involved?
Right. Yeah, we're quite a team because it's more of an ecosystem than just a project. I think John spoke about the fact that we see this as an ecosystem than just a single project. So we've got stuff that we're doing within the football space, very huge project that we're doing. That we're running called Footy Plus that involves doing all kinds of interesting stuff within the football space. And then we have the NFT and NFT game and metaverse marketplace. So we're building a marketplace for metaverses. So say, for example, if you want to start your own metaverse and you want to have a place where you can showcase all the stuff that you're doing, our platform is going to be the go-to place for you to do that showcasing of the metaverses that you are that you might be working on. So we call this a metaverse marketplace. Close C is not just only an NFT marketplace, but we are actually putting everything together to ensure that we allow different metaverses to showcase their products on our marketplace. And we have the NFT game side of things. That's a different team that's working on that. And on the metaverse, we actually have a VR team that's been working with us for the past couple of months. It's a team based here in Europe. They've got about 18 staff that are working exclusively for us on the metaverse side of things. As you probably heard, that there's quite a lot of stuff that we're doing within this space. One of the things that you're going to experience when you attend the summit on the 18th, December the 18th is when our summit is going to run. We are going to, so the refined Apes NFT holders are the ones that will have access to the um, um, front row seats of the actual summit. So once you uh, connect your wallet and you have access to the whole summit, we're going to give you a tour of the whole metaverse where we've already built airports and there's a police station, there's lots of things, billboards all over the place of the projects that are going to be showcasing on that day of the summit. So you're going to have more like a New York Times Square kind of a place within our metaverse where you can spend a few minutes there actually kind of just seeing different types of projects that are part of this the ecosystem that we're working on before we allow you to eventually get to the conference center. So the conference center itself is a refined apps conference center. For those that may not have had a chance to look at our website, if you go to summitmetaverse.org, the stuff that I'm talking about right now, you can actually kind of have a feel of how everything kind of pans out. So we want to give you that real life. I mean, if you're flying from Heathrow and going into London, for example, because I'm based in the UK here in London, that experience that you have as you drive into or catch a train into London, we want you to have that sort of experience as well when you come for the summit. So there's going to be you start off at the airport, and then you jump into a taxi, and then this is all happening in the metaverse. You go through different areas within the metaverse where billboards of the participants of the summit will also be displayed, and then there's a New York Times Square type of place within the metaverse where you spend a few minutes before you eventually get to the conference center. So those type of things. So I mean, to the short answer to your question on how many people are actually working on this, we've got, like I said, we've got about 18 uh, uh, a team, or this is a company that we have subcontracted to actually do the virtual reality and augmented reality stuff that we're doing in the metaverse. There's 18 of them that are working on this. They're doing all the gaming and all the stuff that's going on within our metaverse. And then we've got the core team, who is us and the marketing guys and all. We've got another team of about 13 people that are working as the core team of the ecosystem.
Very cool. Is it required that somebody has a VR setup in order to interact in your metaverse? Do they need something like an Oculus or something to that effect?
Yeah, that's a good question. So one of the things that we're trying to do with the summit is obviously we're actually looking to go a bit further and allow anyone with a VR suit, if you kind of have a VR suit and the headset, and you want to have that kind of real life experience within the conference room, we were looking to do things like that. But we've noticed that maybe the time that we have might not be enough for us to do such a setup. But obviously, for the core team that are working on this and trialing this out, we have actually acquired a few suits just to try and demonstrate some of the things, that conference experience that you're gonna be having when we run the summit. So, but for the ordinary user or guest who's gonna attend, we're giving you the ability to be part of the whole summit without necessarily having a VR headset or any suit of that matter. So you just launch it on your desktop, and we give you uh, the ability to experience the conference, but not at the same level as if you had a VR headset. If you get what I mean, yeah.
Yep, totally understand. That's awesome anyway, because some people they don't have it, and as long as they can interact, that's very cool. Now, in your metaverse, when you're walking around like open world, can you interact with other people that have apes as well? And if so, is it going to be text based, or can you actually have voice communication with other people that are NFT holders?
Right now, we've just done this setup for the conference, for the summit metaverse, that allows you to see the app that's set next to you. So you have the 360 view of who is set next to you within the conference room, right? So we are looking to maybe phase 2 or 3 to give you that ability to do a voice interaction. But the only facility that we're going to be offering for the summit is the 360 dimensional view of who is around you. And obviously, because this is going to be streamed live, we will be streaming live the summit itself. So there will be like a huge screen in front of you where all the projects that are taking part in the conference, including the keynote speakers and all that kind of stuff. So you have that front row view of the um, of the goings on within that summit and the conference. But voice and other things, we haven't managed to enable that now. But what we're hoping to do is we'll run this summit once a year at the end of the year, but between January and obviously December, the plan is to be running mini summits where we can get maybe 2 or 3 projects to come and showcase or developments, or basically give an update on some of the things that they're working on. So you might want to consider that as a mini summit every month where we can get different types of projects to be part of this. And then maybe by the time in a couple of months we will have that ability to allow you to do voice interactions within the metaverse.
That's very cool. If anybody has any questions for the guys, feel free to ask if you're in the speaker box or raise your hand and come on up. I know Moneybags here probably has some questions because he was talking up your project before you guys got in here. So if you have any, Kirk, let them know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just listening to you guys right now, I kind of wish I would have minted more because I minted one number 285. But yeah, I think this is really awesome. Just listening to you guys and what's going on with the project and how it's going to be developed and pretty much all the aspects to an NFT holder for you guys. So that's great. One question I did have, I think I read or something like that you guys had like a play to earn aspect of soccer game or something like that you guys are developing right now in your metaverse.
Yeah, I'll let John chime in on that, but just before John say something on that. So one of the things that we're looking to do within the metaverse, you heard us speak about the stadium. We have a core stadium there. I mean, if you actually go on our website, you see the Footy Plus Stadium, which is kind of a three-dimensional, real type of a stadium with our apes that are actually playing football within that stadium. If you go to rabp.io, you can kind of have an experience of what I'm referring to right now. So we have a home ground, which is the Footy Plus Stadium, that allows you to, which is basically the. So we own that stadium as part of us running the metaverse, but we are going to allocate locations within the metaverse where any NFT holder can actually buy land and build their own stadiums. And then once we're looking to have maybe around 11 stadiums within the metaverse as we expand across the whole environment, where we can actually set up a football tournament like you have here in the UK with the FA Cup and all those nice things that they do with football here, where you have different stadiums. You've got the Emirates, you've got Stamford Bridge and Old Trafford and all those kind of things. We are replicating that setup within our metaverse that will enable different teams to actually have a tournament within the metaverse. But obviously, for you to be able to take part within the tournament, you have to mint the specific NFTs that we have reserved for that type of a tournament. You have to mint about at least 11 of those NFTs for you to be able to be a team that can take part in that tournament. And one of the things, obviously, as you go through the tournament and win the different games, you're going to be earning the native C token that we have within the metaverse. We will be rewarding you for maybe winning a game and all those kind of things. That is going to be something that we'll be using the native C token to do that. And there's a separate game that John maybe wants to talk about if you want to, which is kind of not part of the metaverse. It's kind of outside the metaverse, but I just wanted to highlight in summary what we are trying to do in the metaverse in terms of football and play to earn. Yeah. John, do you want to add anything?
Well, I think you covered most of it, but what did you want me to address? I'm John, by the way, if it's any confusion here. It doesn't say John on me.
Right.
No, we have different football games coming. Small games like penalty shootout, stuff like that. And a fun game where I can probably just say that you collect bananas. Suits with the monkey, the ape team here. So that will also be a play to earn game inside there, and we already have a play to earn game pretty much ready to go on our other project, Footy. So we get a lot of testing on that one to see how we want it in the metaverse.
Right. Yeah, just to add to what John is saying here, within the metaverse, the team, the 18 team that I was referring to that are running this for us, one of the things that they're doing for us is to develop 5 different games that they're actually working on right now. One of those games is the one that John was just referring to. It's called the Jungle Rules, which is pretty much, it is, we are an app project. So the jungle is kind of the type of setup that we have for that game, where you basically have these apps and they are using bananas as, they kind of involved in a fight where they use bananas as bullets, if you like, to kind of fight against each other and do different things within that game. It's called the Jungle Rules, and then we have another game that they are working on called Going Bananas, which is pretty much also kind of an app type of a game that allows you to do different things within the metaverse. And then the third game that I just want to refer to is called Aping It, as in apes and all those kind of things that also has a different gameplay. And the last one that I was going to refer to is called The City, where you are pretty much one of the setups we have within the metaverse is quite a modern city that allows you to have those places that I was referring to, like the New York Times Square type of spot within the metaverse, which is the city. So we have a gameplay that also allows you to do things in the city, and then you can be going through different gameplays within the city and do different things. So these are things. That's the reason why we've retained these 18 VR experts that are working on the virtual reality and augmented reality for us on the gaming side of things. They're working on these 5 different games that we're going to be releasing in different stages. So yeah, so just to give you like a heads up of some of the stuff that we are working on.
Gotcha. Another question for you. Sorry to interrupt you. So are you guys going to have staking for your guys' NFTs by chance? That was another question that I had. So
Right. Yeah. So the way obviously staking is going to work within this space is the when it comes to different things like the football game that we were referring to, you have to have a certain number of NFTs for you to be able to take part within the tournament. And the more NFTs that you hold, obviously, will have an APY kind of a setup where you are going to be earning some C tokens depending on the number of NFTs that you hold. So the more NFTs that you hold, the more that you're going to earn from that. So that's the way that we're looking at staking within the metaverse. Yeah.
So your public sale, you said, is going to be on the 14th, correct?
Right.
What time is it going to be? At the time yet?
So we work within the Eastern kind of time here, and I think it's 9 p.m. Eastern, if I can remember the time properly, but those kind of time frames, yeah.
Okay.
9 p.m. Eastern. I think there's going to be, especially between now and the 14th, we will be releasing quite a lot of information around some of the stuff that we've been talking about, including the dates and time. Especially the Jungle Rules game, we actually got the gameplay for that. It came out today, and one of the things that we want to do before we get to the public sale is to release most of all these things that we are talking about, so that whoever is going to decide to take part in the public sale will know exactly what they're getting themselves into. Yeah.
All right. I just got a few more questions. I know it's getting late over by you guys, but it's a few things that I was curious about. Are you going to have multi-functionality within your stadiums? And what I mean by that is, are you going to have music concerts in the stadiums as well that are going to be built where you would have NFT musicians come into your metaverse and perform a concert for people?
Right. So the utility and the use cases are definitely, if you go through our website, Refined Apes, rabp.io, I think we've laid out some of the use cases that we have within the metaverse, things like virtual learning, virtual marketing, and music concerts and things like that. Of that nature. So we have quite a broad and extensive list of use cases that we've defined for the metaverse. Yeah. So the answer to your question, these stadiums are not only football stadiums. They are going to be used for all different kinds of things. Yeah.
Right, that's awesome. I saw that you had a Cyber Monday sale where you could mint one and get one free. Are you gonna plan on doing any sort of something like that, some type of special offer for people once you go public?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Giveaways, and I think we have a very capable marketing team that advises us on this. I think giveaways, as you know, in this space, some of the, giveaways kind of drive adoption and interest as well. So they'll be advising us on how best to run some of these giveaways. Yeah, but definitely it is in the works and in the plans that we have for the future. Yes.
Can you tell me about King Ape?
Right. So King App is the so we've got Gold App, which is the rarest. I think if you look at if you go to the Refined Apps Twitter page, I think we have one of the tweets that we have. I think it's the fourth or fifth tweet where we are kind of showcasing a few of our apps. There you will see there's the app that is kind of rare, which is totally different from the rest of the apps. So that's the rarest of them. And then you are gonna have the King app. I think there's, if my memory serves me well here, John, do we have how many King apps do we have? I think because we were running a promotion of whoever mints. They're going to be unique and different. So we've got, I think, 3 or 4 different King apps within the metaverse that are part of our NFT collection. And we had a $50,000 promotion that we're running for anyone who mints the King apps. They're getting a $10,000 giveaway on top of minting that King app on the public sale on the 14th. So whoever is lucky enough to mint that will be getting $10,000. So we've got about 5 of them, unique and rare in their own rights, that are part of the promotion we're running for the mint here.
That's a pretty damn big giveaway. You don't see that happening too often where people are giving away 10 grand along with their minting. So kudos to that. Do you guys plan on rolling out a second generation set of apes after you sell out your first one? Because I'm pretty sure this is going to sell out relatively quick, especially with the utility that you guys have behind it.
Right. I think some of the conversations we've been having is obviously, as you can tell, the Refined apps are pretty much male in the sense that they're, if you look at the gender, if you want to go that far as and we've been having kind of questions around, okay, so are we going to have baby apps? Are we going to have mommy apps and stuff like that? So these are things that we are looking to. There are already plans for us to expand, or obviously to give that a real life experience of the metaverse. So there are plans for us to work on the baby apps and mommy apps to just complete the circle, if you like. So yeah, those are the things that we have in the plan.
If anybody has any questions before we wrap it up with the guys, if you want to come up and ask them a question or give a shout out, just raise your hand and I'll pull you up into the speaker box. We've already went 45 minutes. I didn't even want to keep you guys this long. I know it's getting late over there. All right, we'll close. You have anything, Kirk?
No, yeah, I was just gonna say thanks for joining us. And I'm glad that I minted in pre-sale. I kind of just like fell on to the project and kind of just started looking at it, and it looked very promising, and now it sounds very promising. So I'm very glad I minted one of them. Now I kind of wish I would have minted more. Just listening to you guys talk and with the information that I have now, I'm definitely gonna be minting in public sale too. So thanks for all the information, guys. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having us. It's been a blast.
All right, so my last question for you guys before we close out: what makes your metaverse and your project different from other ones that are out there right now?
All right, that's a good question. I think what we so there are kind of a lot of cutting edge and groundbreaking things that we are actually doing in the metaverse as we laid it out. So we are trying to do something that has never been done before and push the metaverse to uh, the breaking point, if you like. So things like having the ability to eventually you'll be able to have these bodysuits, these VR virtual reality bodysuits that will allow you to roam, to actually walk. If you have a VR headset, you can kind of actually have that telepresence within the metaverse and have that interaction with other apps and have a conversation with different types of apps within the metaverse. I think this is something that we feel is going to be uh, uh, cutting edge and groundbreaking in the sense that I don't think there's any projects that are looking to, at least as far as we know, who are trying to push the current technologies that we have within this space to the limits that we're trying to do it. So uh, there are lots of interesting things that we have coming up, like the fact that you can actually have a metaverse summit within the metaverse, not necessarily maybe flying into Las Vegas and then and spending time with other apps, but we want to make it since we are all about the metaverse, we are saying why not just give you that experience without maybe you leaving the comfort of your home. And not to say that we are not planning of having maybe physical events, but the idea that you can actually be in a conference room with other apps and have the 360 3D view of other apps within a conference room, I think is something that we feel is also groundbreaking in that sense. So there are things that we're doing in the metaverse. Some of this stuff we haven't actually spoken about them on this call, but as you become part of the community, you actually see that there are a lot of things that we're doing that will make us stand out from the rest of the crowd. Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe the most important thing is that this is a development that never stops, and we have no boundaries or nothing stopping us in continue developing. It's constantly evolving.
I think that's really important to keep it fresh like that too. So I think that's a
And
Yeah,
I'd
yeah.
like to add to that a little bit as well, if I can, since I guess we're coming to the conclusion of the call, right? And Tim speaks. So at any rate, I'm relatively, a newer addition to the project. I've been talking to John for quite a while, but you ask what makes this particular project different, and it's really the ecosystem of it, right? It's the metaverse, the utility that's behind it, the play to earn gaming, so on and so forth. So, the stuff in which we're doing here, and John and Summit have been doing is truly cutting edge, right? You get to be a part of something bigger. And also something that we've recently done, is the charity aspect of things as well. So not only do you get, the cutting edge and the technology with the constant development, but you also get being able to do something good within the community, within the world. And, there's no better, other platform to do it on, crypto. Crypto's really it. So, with all these developments and the utility that comes along with it, again, truly being cutting edge, or integrating VR technology into it as well. I mean, I really don't think that there's too many other projects out there that are really doing this under one ecosystem, right? So I think that's the short answer.
Yeah, you guys kind of remind me of like the Walmart of the NFT space, where you could get a little bit of everything all wrapped up into one package. You have the VR aspect, you have the metaverse, you have just strict NFTs, you have the summit where you can interact with other members, then you have gaming, then you have play to earn, then you have your token, then you're gonna have your marketplace. I don't know what you guys don't have covered, but you're doing a pretty fucking good job, I can tell you that.
I really appreciate that. And what Tim said here, that we're doing the charity, that's a huge focus moving forward. Just yesterday and the day before, we had 40 kids that we bought food and drinks and had a good time for. So we are a kids project, children project. Our goal is to help as many children around the world as possible to put a smile on their face, even if it's a meal or it's a toy or whatever it is, sickness. That's our goal.
That's fantastic. All right, well, I guess we'll wrap it up. I want to thank you guys for coming out. I really appreciate you taking the time. I know it's late for a few of you guys, so really want to thank you. Guys, check out the website, rabp.io. The summit is summitmetaverse.org. The public sale is going to be on the 14th, and yeah, check these guys out. They got everything going for them. I wish you guys the best of luck. I appreciate you coming out to the spaces, talking to the community, and whenever you want, feel free to stop on by. We're here Monday through Friday, every night of the week.
Thank you. It's been a blast being here. Thanks everyone for your questions as well.
Oh, thanks.
Really appreciate it. Hey, one more question before you guys roll out. Are you guys going to be doing weekly or bi-weekly, or every other week, Twitter Spaces or AMAs or anything like that for your community? I think that would help build the community up with the team and all that kind of stuff. Make them make more FOMO, I guess, happen with the mint.
Yes. So to answer that question, yes, we are. We're actually working on scheduling AMAs right now. Of course, Twitter Spaces. So
Right, Tim, do you want to take that?
yeah, I did. Can y'all hear me?
Tim.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, brother, you might not be able to hear him, but he is talking.
Y'all can still hear me? Yes.
Go ahead, Tim. Yep. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Sorry about that. So yes, the answer to that question is absolutely yes. So we are going to be scheduling AMAs. Community engagement. Also implementing, some of those giveaways and things that nature in which you were talking about. So yes, I mean that's one thing that I've really identified, right, with this project is there's so much going on for it, and it's it really is truly undervalued in the sense of we need more hype, right? We need more folks to get out there, more eyes on. So yes, absolutely, we will be conducting that for sure.
That's great to hear. Yeah, I think that'll help out tremendously with the community engagement, just getting more people involved with the project and knowing what you guys are creating. Because me being in the project, like I minted, I think it was like 285 for pre-sale, but I didn't really know too much about it because the community wasn't very strong. But right now, it's definitely getting stronger. I can see that, and just listening to this Twitter Spaces and you guys answer questions about the project, I think it's going to be a very, very promising project in the future. So
yeah, no, we appreciate the kind words and everything, and that's myself and my team, were recently brought in to help with that re-engagement and get the word out there. So there's definitely going to be some heavy marketing that's going to be coming, of course, before the launch on the 14th, and of course carrying it through, right? Because this team here definitely has a lot to offer. They're constantly on the cutting edge, and being extremely innovative, in their approach for, what's to come in the future. But yeah, no, we'll we'll be definitely getting the word out. That's for sure.
P-Town, you have anything?
Yeah, I just want to say I really enjoyed the presentation and interested. I'll try to look you guys up on your information and try to get involved with the pre-launch. And just wanted to kind of ask, were you guys interested or looking around at multiple different marketplaces throughout the course of your launch, or how did you decide what you wanted to do?
Hey, Summit, if you want to handle that question.
Moon, are you there?
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
I didn't catch it. What was the question?
I guess how did you decide on what marketplace and where to list, and how to kind of plan your project going forward?
I got those.
Yes. Yeah, sorry, I can't hear anything. I don't know whether it's my device here or what.
Yeah, no, he was asking what or how you guys decided what marketplaces to list on. What was the deciding factor for that going forward with the project? How did you guys decide that with that marketplace or whatever marketplaces you guys are on and all that? That's, I think, his overall question.
Yeah, right. So we have most of our apps actually on the ETH network, so it was kind of easy for us to list on OpenSea for that, because that's, as you know, it's the biggest marketplace, and then it's pretty much where everyone goes for NFTs right now. But with time, obviously, we want to leverage our own marketplaces. We develop it, and there's more and more people. As we gain more adoption, we would want to pretty much have all the stuff that we're working on our own marketplace. But it was kind of easy for us to go on OpenSea because it is the biggest NFT marketplace there is out there. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you coming out. We'll close things out now so you guys get some sleep. And yeah, don't be strangers. If you want to ever reach out to us, feel free.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. We appreciate it.
Have a great night, everybody.